Oh yeah, I already know that the YouTube is gonna tell me that I'm live, but a couple seconds afterwards. So I was actually just watching some videos um, in relation to that. So what's up, YouTube? What's up, Instagram Live? What's up, everybody who might be watching me on Facebook, wherever you might be watching me? Shout out Pastor Prophet. How you doing, man? Much love. So anyway, just want to go ahead and dive right into things. Like I said, today is episode 1 in a 5-part series of really just explaining who I am. Giving the fans, people who might be new to Sly Tha Deuce, just a little bit of backstory, and really getting personable and getting really to the root of what's going on. So we're going to be doing 5 videos over the next 5 weeks. I'm going to do 1 a week because I want them to be good quality content. But we're going to cover who is Sly Tha Deuce, what is his message, when did he start, where can fans find Sly Tha Deuce, and why do fans enjoy Sly Tha Deuce, or what's his value to them, right? So the reason that I split it up over 5 videos or 5 weeks is because there's a lot of information in each one of those categories. And I really don't want to just do one of those shoot from the hip, super fast type interviews where I just list a bunch of random facts and hope that it catches somebody. I really want to give the fans that opportunity to get to know me on a deeper level. They can ask questions, we can interact as I put up a video. Episode is who is Sly Tha Deuce. So just watching this video, I'm sure some questions will come up, some comments will come up. You all are welcome to interact and things like that. I'll go back and edit the video on the YouTube live stream. I don't think I'll have that ability on the Facebook, on the Instagram. It's the same thing, right? Doesn't Facebook, Instagram, it's all Skynet, so who cares? But anyway, so let's dive into it. So when I was coming up with this, right, I got this vision board, I got this my music studio is all set up. Shout out to the Pats, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a permanent. So if that bothers you, you can go ahead and log off now because it's definitely Pats Nation over here. But that's not relevant, right? But I'm a Pats fan, so I guess it is relevant. So who is Sly Tha Deuce, right? Now at first I got like all kinds of thoughts that pop up, you know what I mean? Like what do I even mention? You know what I mean? Like I'm a hippie, I'm a big brother, I'm a vegan, I'm a visionary, I'm a comic book geek, right? But I figured that that's just kind of random stuff and doesn't really, I think, tie into what we're trying to accomplish here in specific. So number 1, I'm going to go with explaining the name, right? What is Sly Tha Deuce and what does that mean? So my name is, what's up, what it do? So my name is Sly, right? And I think I explained this in one of my other videos. Now, if you're on Instagram, you probably can't see me because the comments are all in my face. See if I can help y'all. Tell me if that's any better. Man, if y'all can see the setup I got right now, y'all be laughing, but it's working. We working it. So anyway, my name is Sly. My name is Sylvester, right? And so I've got an awesome dad who's done some incredible stuff with his life. And I've always, like kids do, looked up to my dad and wanted to emulate what he's got, what he's kind of done. And in a nutshell, he left everything that he ever knew at a young age to make a better life for himself and for his family to be. And that sounds kind of cliche, but like it's legit. I mean, like when a person really does that kind of stuff, like that's amazing. And then being on the like when you are that family to be, like you're like hearing this story, right? And I imagine, like when you're listening to tales of your grandfather, if any of you have got grandfathers or uncles or anything like that are servicemen, maybe that have been in some of the old wars or some of the old battles and stuff like that, just hearing those stories or stuff that you sometimes heard in school or sometimes have read in books, but it's actually true. Like it's actually your family. It's actually your your legacy that is like being told over the campfire or whatnot. That was super exciting. And so there was also another element when I was a kid. Everybody used to just call me Little Sylvester, right? Like I look apparently exactly like my dad. We're different sometimes in our mannerisms. Some of our mannerisms are a lot alike. So I used to just get called Little Sylvester, Little Sylvester, Little Sylvester. And that really bothered me as a kid because I didn't feel like anybody was acknowledging my own like individuality. And that was very, very important to me that I was acknowledged as like an individual. And so long story short, Sly Tha Deuce was a way of being able to kind of take all those elements, right? Like, I want to give a shout out. I am actually the second. I'm not a second because I don't have the exact same name as my dad. But, I'm Little Sylvester. But I'm my own individual, right? So Sly the Deuce gave me an opportunity to really like forge that individual stake, right? Like, hey, this is me, this is my name, and there's this cool story attached to it. So it's not like, yo, my name is Lil Swirl or Lil Swizzle or just something kind of made up or pulled out of the hip hop random machine. It really has like some meaning to it. And so the other thing that whole story leads me right into is the fact that I'm a Virgo, right? So I know y'all know big Virgo season just ended, but when you're a real Virgo, it doesn't end, right? Like y'all stop recognizing our greatness at a certain little window of time, but we're still out here, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Beyonce's a Virgo. So I'm just saying, like, that's the caliber of person that you're like talking about when you talk about, you know, big Virgo gang. But anyway, Virgos are super analytical, right? And so everything about me is very like meticulous. I think in my own mind, right? I think the actual application of it isn't always so, but like I mentioned before, I'm a super comic book geek, right? I love Batman. I love it. Like I love the Batman mythos. I love the Batman backstory. I love the Batman variations. I just finished ingesting some guy's rendition of the Batman Who Laughs. I had never heard of this character. It was amazing. It was fantastic. I won't go into an entire diatribe about comic books right now, but I'm a Virgo. I'm a comic book geek. So these are some things that if you wanted to know me, you can know about me, right? So one of the questions I think is natural to come up when you're talking about comic book folks is Marvel versus DC. I've really been hearing a lot of like one-sidedness on that debate. I don't want to tip the scales here. Y'all feel free to comment, you know, after you like and subscribe and all that stuff to the video. That's Motivated Mr. on IG, and that's Sly the Deuce on YouTube. So either way, you know, we can kick off that discussion, but that's not here the place. Number three, I would say if somebody wanted to know who is Sly the Deuce, what is all about this person, you know, if you were trying to describe me to one of your friends or get somebody interested in following me or, you know, sharing the information that I'm sharing with you, then I would say like I'm a songwriter, right? And that ties into the Virgo thing because being super analytical, I'm a songwriter, like I'm a super lyricist. I feel like I love lyrical content. You know what I'm saying? I don't just like beat-driven music. Not that there's anything wrong with beats. I mean, you got to have fire beats. You got to have that catchy melody to like boom, 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 you know, bring the personality through, or sometimes those soft melodies, you know, that John B can hop on top of. And I'm definitely aging myself by mentioning Jonathan B. He's an R&B singer, and that's from back in the day when people used to sing and there was actual like music. Right now, I'm joking. I don't want to be one of those old heads who's like, back in my day, music was pure. Like, okay, everybody swears that in their day, music was pure, right? We can all agree on that, but I'm slightly digressing. I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist. I love Nas. I love, like Busta Rhymes. I love Kendrick. I love Cole. Lyricist for sure. Don't get me wrong. The beats are super fire. You got to have the beats. You know, you got to have the bump, but it's all about the bars for me, man. It's all about the bars. So if you ever happen to be listening to any of my material on Spotify, see, my first inclination is to mention Spotify, but it's interesting. I was just looking at my analytics the other day, and apparently I have more fans on Pandora than I have on Spotify. I don't know if I have more. I don't know if I have more fans on Pandora, but more of my streams come from Pandora than from Spotify. And that was surprising to me because, I mean, I don't know. I guess that when Spotify came out, I just assumed it had like taken over the marketplace. But I remember being on Pandora first. Like, it truly is like the fertile ground where I started. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But I was really just, I guess, surprised to find out that many more people rock with me on Pandora than on Spotify. So obviously we want to level that out. Y'all be sure to check me out wherever you already listen to music. Don't feel pressured to go download don't feel pressured to go download Pandora or anything like that. I'm just saying that it was an interesting tidbit of information. So, you know, I'm on Apple Music, Deezer, anywhere you're already listening to music, that's fine. Just you can find Sly the Deuce. I'll put the information of the proper spelling of my name. Should be somewhere on one of these pages. So we'll do that. But So let's see. I explained the name. I told you I'm a Virgo. I'm analytical. I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist, business owner, and business investor. That is something that definitely gets the blood pumping. If you are me or know me, I'm very excited about revenue and the potential for revenue. I was actually talking with a very highly esteemed trusted advisor yesterday, and kind of trying to come up with the proper marketing and positioning, right, for the new brand that I'm launching and that I'm a part of and that I've been a part of, honestly, for more than 10 years now, but really formalizing it and just getting serious with it. And as far as the business ownership and the investing and the music and how it all ties in together, I really am about getting money, right? And I know that sounds like, oh, that's kind of off-putting in its bluntness, but when I say get money, I mean like comprehend. I mean like understand, and more than that, I mean overstand. And that's a deeper concept we can go into at a later date. But if you've been rocking with me for a little bit, then you understand overstanding. But I really want to help people. I really, first of all, myself want to get money, like understand it, learn it, figure out how to actually leverage it to the betterment of my family, to the betterment of my community, to the people that are actually around me, and for myself. I mean, I don't want to just have Aston Martins in my driveway just for sake of having Aston Martins, but I don't want to not have an Aston Martin simply because I can't afford one. So if I wanted to have one, I want to have that freedom to be able to leverage my finances to acquire whatever assets or items I wish, but I don't necessarily want to just buy frivolous things to show that I've got money. And I feel a lot like, I think that there's a lot of confusion around money. I think there's a lot of confusion around wealth management, and going back to being a comic book geek. I mean, I'm a money geek. I'm a geek. Let's just clear that up. I'm a geek. Like, give me a topic and I can just like geek out on it. But really finances. And I go a little bit more into why that is and how that came to be in my book, Millions Now and Later. I've got a book that I just finished writing. It's going to be coming out in Q1 of 2020. So keep your eyes out for that. Keep your eyes peeled for that. I've been posting a little bit of teaserinos on my Instagram. But it's kind of been, oscillating between different things. So again, we're really trying to just like focus in on getting some things done behind the scenes, so that way when we actually do bring it to market, you all really get the benefit of it. I'd rather wait, make sure it's right, then bring it to you, than just be talking about all these random different things that are going on and it's not really cohesive on the back end. So anyway, the music and the money, like I was saying, tie together. And so being a business owner and investor, I actually own my own music publishing company. So that allows me to take my passions, my talents, take the fact that I want to represent my family. I want to make my dad proud, and X, Y, and Z. I'm a geek. I'm analytical. I'm a lyricist. I'm able to take all of those different quirks and different things that make my music, and I don't have to necessarily worry about shopping it around to different management teams, because I own the publication company or publication vehicle to where I can distribute that music myself. Now, I don't want to present a situation that's not, in fact, true. I do have larger scale partnerships, and I do work with other people that have, obviously far more business savvy or business expertise within the music industry. And so I do work with partnerships and things like that. So every single Sly Tha Deuce song is not going to be distributed by me. Every single Sly Tha Deuce song that I've ever put out is not published by me, obviously. I don't own the rights to every single beat you've ever heard. So that's where the differentiation between mixtapes and albums comes in. And that's why the stuff on Dat Piff is a completely different catalog of music than you'll find on Spotify or Pandora, because there's different rights and things like that involved in the background. And those are some of the kind of things that I enjoy talking about. I really want to, discuss more with my fans, with other people that I'm working with. I really like the mechanics of business. Now, I love music. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love music. I listen to music that I think most people wouldn't even consider music, right? Like, I can listen to a tone, like a sine tone, for 80 minutes and love it. Like, the actual vibrational frequencies and the powers that can be harnessed in music, I absolutely love it. But I also love the elements of building something, right? So when I say I love the elements of business or of the music business, I don't mean that like, let's just pump out frivolous music and make money off of it. There is a way to do that. I mean, there is a way you could just scale your production and just make money. But the music suffers, right? I don't want to do that. And that's why I think I haven't blown up in that sense, because I didn't want to just put the gas to the floor as far as the business side of it and really sacrifice some of the musical elements. It's really important to me to have my own homegrown stuff. You know, I can reach out to a few. I think I can count them on my hand, the number of producers that I work with nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And I work with them consistently. You know, they got new beats. I reach out, I buy the whole pack. I might buy 10 to 20 beats at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not reaching out to every individual person on the internet who's got beats and trying to forge these new relationships. I've already spent time doing that for years, you know, 10, 20 years. Seeing lots of hearts. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Somebody's rocking with me, but I've already done that, you know, that kind of stuff for years. And so now I'm in a position to truly leverage that. And that's what I love talking about. It's what I love talking about. I'm just glancing up at my notes. My fifth thing was author. I already mentioned to you all that I'm an author. And that's been an exciting journey, right? Like I say in the book, I mean, what makes an author, right? We've all written like reports. We've all written papers for school. If you add up all the papers you've ever written, I mean, we're all authors technically, right? We've all written a bunch of stuff. So what makes a person like an author? I don't know, but they're going to pay me. When this book drop, I'm going to get paid. You better believe that. So that to me sounds authoritative. I'll be the authority. No. But I'm not a comedian, right? That's not on my list. A lot of people say I'm funny, but I be so serious about a lot of stuff, y'all. I be so for real. But a lot of people think I'm funny. You're welcome to think I'm funny too. I won't be mad at you for that. Let's see. I mean, that was really like the 5 things that I wanted to cover today. I didn't want to get, like I said, I didn't want to be too surface level on just like who I am. Like, I'm a rapper, buy my mixtape, you know, download my stuff. I really wanted to kind of dive into who I am. So, you know, to recap, I explained the name, why my name is Sly Tha Deuce, how I got to be, you know, exactly who I am, where my name come from, some of my motivations. I'm a Virgo, you know, the best of the signs, if that's even something that you're into. If you're not, that's totally fine. We as Virgos don't need you to notice our greatness. We just need to be great. It is a need, a deep need. I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist. I would love if you all would check me out on Spotify. Again, according to my analytics, more people rock with me on Pandora. So if you rock with me on Pandora, do that. If you rock with me on Apple Music, do that. If you rock with me on Deezer, or I mean any of these sites that are out here, I don't have any issue with however you get Sly Tha Deuce music. Just get you some. I always tell people, you're not gonna like everything, but you're gonna love something, right? My music has kind of got different flavors. It's a little eclectic. It's a little J. Cole meets Tech Nine, Lil Lupe meets Wale. You know, it's a little bit everywhere. So y'all check it out. You know, please let me know what you think. I'm a business owner and a business investor. Outlandish Enterprises. It's not really public facing. I mean, it's really behind the scenes, like I said, but it's my own publishing company. It allows me to operate the vehicle in which I release my own music and capture the royalties on said music. And it puts me in a much stronger position when it comes to negotiations, when I'm talking with other companies and things like that about music opportunities or doing shows and things like that. I mean, it just really, really opens up the doors to being able to use my creative talents as a full-time endeavor, you know, that generates revenue, right? Because it's a passion project. We love it. We love just making music. And I say we as artists. I'm sure there's other artists that are watching this right now that feel what I'm saying. We enjoy it, but like, I mean, we have to feed our families. You know what I'm saying? And there's like a paradigm or I'm not sure the term that I want to use, but I don't want to get lost in the sauce trying to remember. So there is a relationship between those two concepts that I was just describing. I want to make music, right? I just want to make the best craft that I can, but I also want to, put food on the table, and I want to feed my family. And then, but you don't want to have, just like anybody else, you don't want to just have like your talents pimped out. You don't want to have somebody just like, hey man, sing this toilet paper roll jingle and, we'll pay you pennies on the dollar, but it'll play forever. And so there's deals like that where you don't necessarily, want it, or I don't want to be a slave to my music. I love the idea of being able to like work hard. I mean, like lock yourself in the studio for a summer, like legit. 3 months is just you and the other creative minds around you. Y'all pump out, hundreds of tracks. Like when you're really in the zone, you can be pumping out, tracks on tracks on tracks if you really grind it. And if you, again, my fellow artists, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can really pump out tracks if that's all you're doing, if you focused on it. And you take a summer and you pump out tracks and then you drip release them for the rest of the year, or you chop them up and turn them into albums and then mixtapes and then features. You can really bubble. You know what I'm saying? When you have the strategy and the freedom of mind to do those things. And so I really want to be, I am at a position now, and it's amazing. It's fantastic. I can't even begin to express to y'all the joy that I have at being in a position where it's like, man, I have that feeling. It's at the very beginning of that stage of my life. So it's not like we blowing up. It's not like I got ice all over me. You know what I'm saying? But I got a little drip, I'm feeling myself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in position to be doing this right here, right now. I'm in position to actually be talking and interacting with my fans. I'm in position to be dropping new music. I just put some new stuff out on Spotify. Well, on all the platforms, I just put some new stuff out this week. So, I was just chatting with some fans earlier on Facebook Messenger. It's an amazing position to be in, but it takes knowledge. You don't just stumble into success. You don't just accidentally succeed. I've been reading some really good books. Oh, I don't even know where it was. I didn't plan to have a book, but I know that I just had a book on here, and it was like Developing the Leader Within You, or something like that. I'll find the book and then make sure I put the information down in the description. But it was an amazing book. And one of the things that really stood out to me was like, nobody makes it to the top on accident. Nobody. Like there are a lot of people who plan to make it to the top and then don't make it there. True. But nobody makes it to the top and didn't have a plan to get there. Right. And so that was really, really, really powerful to me. And it really just has inspired me to like, have a fire under my butt to just get out and get it. So I like to keep these videos to about 20 minutes. Right now, I'm already about 22 minutes over here on my YouTube counter. I'm going to do a little bit of editing. And like I said, try to keep it down to that 20-minute mark because I appreciate y'all rocking with me. But I want to make sure that it's of value. Y'all not just watching me ramble. And, you didn't sign up for a stream of consciousness. I don't know about that. Aries is number one. So we've got a little bit of confusion happening on the Instagram feed. Shout out to everybody that's fully aware that Virgos run this thing. And Virgo season is over right now. So I'm aware of that. I'm not trying to like go too hard. I feel like there's this weird thing now where you have to like stay in your season. But again, that's a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic. Today's topic was, who is Sly Tha Deuce? It's episode 1 of 5 in just a general series. It's a continuation of the YouTube series, The Backstory. So this is episode 3 of The Backstory, but it's episode 1 of this 5-part series where we go over the questions. Who is Sly Tha Deuce? What is his message? When did he start? Where can fans find Sly Tha Deuce? And why do fans enjoy Sly Tha Deuce? So that means next week we're going to talk about what is his message, or what is my message, I guess. It's kind of weird doing this third person thing, but I'll get used to it. Y'all rock with me, and I rock with you back. So please, I would be remiss if I did not mention the like, the subscribe. I don't know where it is on your platform that you're looking at, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, subscribe, ding, notify, buzz, vibe, all that, whatever. Let me in your life. That's what I'm asking, right? Let me in your life and share yours with me. So again, I appreciate y'all, everybody that jumped on the IG live. I really appreciate that. Everybody that is watching this YouTube right now, I appreciate that. And check out any of my other videos as well and let me know your thoughts. And with that, I will let you all go. Peace and love. Holla. Go back.